Recording. We are live. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Day 2 of this short, compacted week due to traveling, like I mentioned yesterday. We are back in the Citadel. Welcome home, team. We are here and we are ready for continuing day 2 of The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. The Science of Getting Rich. We're on chapter 2. I'm going to read it quickly because I think it's one page longer than yesterday, and I don't want to be up too late. Here we go. Chapter 2 of The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. There is a science of getting rich. There is a science of getting rich. It is an exact science, like algebra or arithmetic. There are certain laws which govern the process of acquiring riches. Once you learn and obey these laws, you will automatically become a member of that select group of people who live the secret, and you will get rich with mathematical certainty. There is but one great law, namely, energy is. All physical and mental science is based on this one great law and its 7 subsidiary laws, which operate in conjunction with each other. The law of vibration is the law that serves as the foundation for the law of attraction. 1. The law of perpetual transmutation. 2. The law of relativity. 3. The law of vibration. 4. The law of polarity. 5. The law of rhythm. 6. The law of cause and effect. 7. The law of gender. The best definition of natural law seems to be that it is the uniform and orderly method of the omnipotent God. I think I mentioned this before. The more I study and the more I, learn about math and science and physics, quantum physics, I truly think that the language of the universe of God is math. Science is God. I just think it's all one. It's really interesting. And let's just say, when this book was published originally, I think this book came out, The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. I don't know when this book first came out. By the end of this, I'll read it. Anyways, unlike any other form of animal life that has been created, we were given the power of choice or free will. Along with this power came certain responsibilities. The capacity to choose does not involve freedom from the consequence of your choice. The laws or rules which govern every individual and which we cover to some degree in this book are as exact as the laws which govern the material universe. You can act in accordance with these laws, or you can disregard them, but you cannot in any way alter them. The law forever operates and holds you to strict accountability, and there is not the slightest allowance made for ignorance. As you have witnessed viewing The Secret, the law of attraction will deliver to you, and this is before that movie, by the way, the law of attraction will deliver to you what you do not want as quickly and as certainly as you will deliver what you do want. The ownership of money and property comes as a result of doing things in a certain way, by law. Those who do things in this certain way, whether on purpose or accidentally, get rich. Those who do not do things in this certain way, no matter how hard they work or how able they are, remain poor. It is a natural law that like causes always produce like effects. Therefore, any man or woman who learns to do things in this certain way will infallibly get rich. That the above statement is true is shown by the following facts. Getting rich is not a matter of environment. If it were, all the people in certain areas would become wealthy. The people of one city would all be rich, while those of other towns would all be poor. The inhabitants of one state would roll in the wealth, while those of an adjoining state would be in poverty. We frequently see rich and poor living in the same environment and often engage in the same vocations. When two people are in the same locality and in the same business, and one gets rich while the other remains poor, it shows that getting rich is not primarily a matter of environment. Some environments may be more favorable than others, but when two people in the same business are in the same neighborhood and one gets rich while the other fails, it indicates that getting rich is the result of doing things in a certain way. And furthermore, the ability to do things in this certain way is not due solely to the possession of talent, because many people who have great talent remain poor, while others who have very little talent get rich. If we study people who have gotten rich, we find that they are an average lot in all respects. It is evident that they do not get rich because they possess unique talents and abilities. They get rich because they happen to do things in a certain way. Getting rich is not the result of saving or thrift. Many very penurious people are poor, while free spenders often get rich. Nor is getting rich due to doing things which others fail to do. Two people in the same business often do almost exactly the same thing, and one gets rich while the other remains poor or becomes bankrupt. What are you in harmonious vibration with? From all these things, we must come to the conclusion that getting rich is the result of doing things in a certain way. If getting rich is the result of doing things in a certain way, then any man or woman who can do things in that certain way can become rich. And if like causes always produce like effects, the whole matter can be brought within the domain of an exact science. The question arises whether this certain way may not be so difficult that only a few may follow it. As we have seen, this cannot be true so far as natural ability is concerned. Talented people get rich, and blockheads get rich. Intellectually brilliant people get rich, and very stupid people get rich. Physically strong people get rich, and weak and sickly people get rich. Some degree of ability to think and understand is, of course, essential. But insofar as natural ability is concerned, any man or woman who has a sense enough to read and understand these words can certainly get rich. Although we have seen that it is not a matter of environment, location does count for something. One would not go to the heart of the Sahara and expect to do successful business. Getting rich involves the necessity of dealing with people and of being where there are people to deal with. But that is about as far as environment matters. If anybody else in your town can get rich, so can you. If anybody in your town can get rich, so can you. If anybody else in your state can get rich, so can you. Again, it is not a matter of choosing some particular business or profession. People get rich in every business and in every profession, while their next door neighbors in the same vocation remain in poverty. It is true that you will do best in a business that you like, and if you have certain talents which are well developed, you will do best in a business which calls for the exercise of those talents. Also, you will do best in a business which is suited to your locality. An ice cream parlor would do better in a warm climate than in Greenland. A salmon fishery will succeed better in the Northwest than in Florida, where there are no salmon. But aside from these general limitations, getting rich is not dependent on your engaging in some particular business, but on your learning to do things in a certain way. If you are now in business and someone else in your locality is getting rich in the same business while you are not getting rich, it is because you are not doing things in the same way that the other person is doing them. The secret is being demonstrated here. Lack and abundance are in the same locality. Isn't that true? No one is prevented from getting rich by lack of capital. No one is prevented from getting rich by lack of capital. True, as you get capital, its increase becomes easier and more rapid. But no matter how poor you may be, if you begin to do things in a certain way, you will begin to have capital. The getting rich The getting of capital is a part of the process of getting rich. It is a part of the result which invariably follows the doing of things in a certain way. You may be the poorest person on the continent and be deeply in debt, but if you begin to do things in this certain way, you must infallibly begin to get rich. What is this certain way? Because like causes must produce like effects. You will get rich even if you do not have any friends, influence, or other resources. If you have no capital, you can get capital. If you are in the wrong business, you can go into the right business. If you are in the wrong location, you can go to the right location. You can do so by beginning in your present business and in your present location to do things in a certain way which causes success. You must begin to live in harmony with the laws that govern the universe. Clearly remember, the law of attraction is always working. It never rests. Think it, feel it, do it. Think it, feel it in your heart of hearts, and then do it. Action from your body. And you will attract it. This is the greatest secret of life. That was chapter 2, my friends. And let me look up when Wallace D. Wattles first published this book. Yeah, I'm going to read this whole book this week. I'm very excited. It's been a while. The Science of Getting Rich. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Wikipedia should have when it was 1910. My goodness. 111 years ago. 111 years ago. They were talking about this stuff. I hope you enjoyed that. If you haven't read The Science of Getting Rich, I'm doing it for you this week and next week on the Citadel. And like always, Mark Rodriguez. Mark Rodriguez. Always a pleasure, my friend. Good to see you. Until tomorrow, my friends, I hope you have a wonderful Thursday. And I will see you guys all mañana.